But there also comes a time when a man has to be held accountable for his actions, and that time is now.
Oh, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was looking at my bank account because I've been absolutely slamming bets recently. But we have a special guest in this episode. We have Sebastian Weil, Wisconsin Badger men's tennis player. It's a good one. Stay tuned for it. We welcome you to TWI. I'm your host, Dyke. We got a special feature match this week. We have special guest Sebo on the top. Below him, we got Matt Hokinson. Below him, we got Stevie No Wonder. Below him, we got David Big D3 Youngs. We got Jared below him, Big Bet Barter, and then Eric P down less bad on the bottom. So I want to start it off by just giving a brief overview of this drama, this Matt versus Sebo drama. So going through a little bit of a timeline here. Back in season 1, Sebo DMs, hey, Isaac, Matt is bad. Matt's so bad. He's down minus 300. So he's asking for a full year suspension of Matt for season 2. So he comes on in week 36, and Matt was too scared to show up. So we then have Sebo on for a long form interview. Matt and him go back and forth at about minute 41 in the interview. Now season 2, Matt's actually not that bad. He has a couple wins under his belt, whatnot. So we're now back to current day. We're inviting Sebo back to the show to see what's happening. So Sebo, the floor is yours. What's happening here?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me back and allowing me the opportunity to defend myself in a public forum, as is my right. So, I would just like to start you gentlemen off with this, it's a rhetorical but sort of not rhetorical question. Does anybody know off the top of their head how many days they say it takes to create a habit? Don't worry, don't shout it out. Oh, actually, we have a hand raised. That's very polite. Please answer it.
I would like to say 21 days.
21 days is indeed correct. You have heard correctly. Now, gentlemen, I would like to highlight a history, not just a one-time incident of last season where Matt was losing. I would like to highlight a history and therefore make an argument that our good friend Matt, who it's not entirely his fault, I will admit, some things are beyond his control. But there also comes a time when a man has to be held accountable for his actions, and that time is now. Gentlemen, I would like to direct your attention to the 2016 season. Now, you might be thinking 2016, that's a long time. That's a long time. It is. However, this is when Matt was playing his college ball. And for those of you who might not know, Matt, asked me right when I joined the show tonight, he asked me, when was the last time I did anything notable in doubles? Because, he thinks of himself as a pretty good doubles player with that bomb of a serve. So let's go back to college, eh? That's where the men and the boys separate themselves. You know what I mean? So here we go. 2016. Our good friend Matt started the season playing on January 15th against the Omaha Mavericks. He lost 6-2. He didn't even play singles, so let's not even bother. Now, I'm going to go back to that number, 21. Remember, 21 days to create a habit. For the next month, and as we all know, a month is 30, sometimes 28 if you're lucky, but it's 31 days. For the next month, Matt Hokinson does not win a double set. Not even a match, a set. A set. Like a set. Like, I get it. It's doubles, one break that can seal your fates. Like, it happens, but still, a month doesn't win a set. So, now we are, by definition, in the habit of losing. That's not good. And then, as if that wasn't enough, we go to 2017, the very next year. We see Matt Hokinson. He's playing a lot of doubles, to be fair to the man. He's playing a lot of doubles. He's backing it up. What is his results and overall record? Ew. He did have an improvement, though. He went 27 days this time of a losing streak. Not a full month, only 27 days. So that is improvement. which we are now seeing in this season of his betting too. Is there a pattern? I think so. And so I wanted to bring this to your all's attention because when I mentioned in the same breath as Bernard Tomic as most hated player,
in interviews, I just hate the dude. And then my 2 would be Sebastian Bile.
I'm sorry, I take offense to that. I can't be having that. I cannot be having that from this man who has a repeated history. It's not even like a one-time thing anymore. It's a history of losing and being in the red, and I'm sorry. I cannot have that on my record. Thank you very much. This message was brought to you by Corona. Please don't respond. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Well done. Now, Matt.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Matt, floor is yours. What's your rebuttal to that?
I was not expecting the dig into the record. That was brilliant, actually. I will say that you still didn't pull up to play. So while your logic is correct, I will say that there's no denying the fact that there were some rough L's at UND for sure. I will say that regardless of that doesn't change the fact that you did not hit me up to play, which still means that you're scared.
Oh boy, here we go again. So let's go back to the receipts, because that's essentially what messages are. We can go back and they're essentially records of conversations,
Okay.
So where is? Oh yeah, I think I put in. You know how on Instagram you can put in primary or general. Matt moved to the general like back in 2019. So we gotta find this a long time ago.
You signed one deal with Cherry Tennis, and then I moved from primary to general. Give me a break.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you have a record of losing. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I want to be surrounded by winners and by positive energy. So let's have a look. I believe it. I believe
it. You said you were the one who'd hit me up.
Did I say that?
That is true.
I will text you when I'm back in town, and then you text me when you want to come, and I will move my schedule around to accommodate you.
Yes.
Fair enough. You know what? It takes a bigger man to admit when he's wrong. I admit that I am wrong. However, here's what I will say. Make me an argument right now, like on the spot right now. Make me an argument why I should have granted you your time, because we can all see why I shouldn't have. Like, you have a history of losing. It just would have been a waste of my time. I got a season to prepare for. I don't want to waste my time. Every second is valuable when you're chasing the bag. You're on your grind. Like, every second counts. And I don't want to waste 20 minutes of my life bageling you. Like, why would I want to do that? Make me an argument.
Damn.
Did you mute yourself on accident or something? Like, what's going on over there?
I think. Wow, I don't respond to that. All I know is you're gonna be done chasing the bag, because you're not going to go on the pro tour, and I'm not saying you can't, but you're choosing not to. That's fine.
That is correct. I am choosing not to.
Yep, and that's fine. I'm not saying you can't make it, but I will say that I am expecting an opportunity.
Okay. I mean, Josh Christensen is expecting an opportunity, but he's not going to get one, and he's a higher UTR than you, I hope.
Well, yeah, barely, but yes, that's fair enough.
Matt, you hit nukes though, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, okay, I will say Josh Christensen overall better tennis player than me. Maybe not doubles, but singles for sure. But anyway, I'm such a good doubles player. But anyway, so I will say that the difference between me and Josh Christensen though is like, I hit nukes, bro. Like what are you talking about? Like I hit, like, I'm not a great player. I'm a very average player in the grand scheme of things. But come on, dude. Like, I hit nukes. Do you think you're gonna get a bagel against my serve? No chance. I've been bageled one time by you top guys, and that was Gavin Young.
You've been bageled one time?
Well, he bageled me twice. But you know what? Here's the thing about Gavin though, is like, I underhand served his ass. So that's worth the game. That's worth many.
Does the name Hayden Kramer ring a bell to you at all?
Oh my God.
So Sebo, looking at the rankings here, Matt's in second place right now. He's a 4-3 overall. Where do you think we're probably going to have about 42, 43 weeks in this upcoming season? Where do you think he's going to end up?
I'll be a little bit kind because he did make improvement from 2016 to 2017. I'll be generous and say instead of last, he'll be second to last. How about that? He'll be second to last.
There you go.
My question for you, who is the alpha of Rochester male tennis? Is it you or is it Nicholas Aney?
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Oh, God. You cannot make me answer that.
That's
Oh,
such a
man.
good
Okay. Let me counter with this. What do you define as being alpha? Because there are certain aspects to it.
I would say an alpha on the tennis court is somebody who, first of all, wins a lot.
Okay.
Second of all, is a Dos Equis man, and by that I say they're holistic.
Okay.
They potentially, they may not be the most interesting man in the world, but perhaps the most interesting man in Rochester.
Okay.
So you got to take into account off-court endeavors. And third, I would just say personality. Who's the guy you'd want to grab a beer with? Who's the guy you'd want best man in your wedding? Who's the guy that you'd go skiing with?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that definition.
You're welcome.
I think and understand, I mean, absolutely no disrespect. I'm just speaking purely off facts and statistics here. I could be wrong, and this could be famous last words if I am indeed wrong, but I do believe that Nicholas Aney has yet to get a set off me in a competitive match. I could be wrong. I know he's never beaten me. So if you want to talk straight on the court, I mean, I have to say myself, but there is context that, needs to be mentioned. First, Nick was a dual sport athlete, unbelievable hockey player. So for the winter, when I'm playing tournaments, he's playing hockey. So you can make a very good argument that if he doesn't play hockey, things would be different. And that's a very fair argument. So you got to take that into account. So honestly, I think if you want to talk just tennis, you would have to say myself, even though I physically feel uncomfortable saying that out loud. But off the court, I mean, you kind of have to give it to Nicholas Aney, don't you? Like, he's a former hockey player, so he's kind of like for the boys attitude. That's kind of the sport that hockey is for you hockey
I believe
fans.
he was also president of the Gustavus Pre-Dental Club.
So let's transition into our betting for the week. We got Casper Ruud and Diego Schwartzman, the number 4 in the world with Casper Ruud, and the number 38 in the world, Diego Schwartzman. They have an overall head-to-head record. Schwartzman actually has the winning record. He has 5 against 3 wins. I'm going to get started with the betting this week.
Very quickly, actually, if you guys want my advice or input, it'll only cost you an insult of Matt. That's it.
Go for it. You've already brought up Hayden Kramer, so I mean, there's doesn't get much worse than that.
So I think that the first set is going to be the under at 9.5 games. If you look at some of these matches, a lot of them are under 10 total games. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a nice easy first set for one of these guys. Schwartzman is playing like dog crap. Casper Ruud had an absolutely awful match in Acapulco. I think they're both playing awful right now. So I think one of them is just going to tank the match. So I think it's going to be like a 6-2 first set. So I'm doing the under 9.5 games at -136. I'm just going to put a nice little soft $10 bet down to win 740. Sebo, we're not going to have you do any sort of betting just because you are a collegiate athlete, but who do you think will win this match between Casper Ruud and Diego Schwartzman here?
I got Ruud. I like his game better on hard court than Schwartzman. It's not a fast court, so you can't say that the surface is more advantageous for one guy over the other. I think they both prefer slower surfaces. I just think that Casper has a better serve. He's got more weapons. He's got more big match experience. I think he's going to lean on, the success he had last year. Like you said, Schwartzman's not playing pretty well right now. So I got Casper in straights.
There we go. Matt, you're next in the betting lineup. What do you got?
Yeah. For once, I'm actually going to agree with Sebo. I like his logic there. So I'm going to go Ruud. I think being in a tennis facility, you get to see a big range of players, right? And so a lot of the times you get into like these kind of moonball battles and just bad tennis. But it's a battle, right? Like the two very evenly matched players. I think that Ruud's going to play down to Schwartzman, and I think it's going to be very, very tight. And so I'm going to take the over on tie breaks. I think we're going to get one breaker. So I'm going to go, I'll go $20 on the over on tie breaks.
All right. So we got $20 to win $43. It's at plus 215 right now. Stevie No Wonder, our professional bettor. What's your bet for the week?
1 second. So I'm at 1%. My phone's going to die any second. I want to get this in before it dies. Big shout out to Sebo. You're having a great year. Besides the drama, just wanted to say that. Super pumped for you. Last year, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So hope it goes well. And I look forward to hitting you some news summer.
I cannot wait, my friend. I cannot wait.
Yeah. We'll get a camcorder and we'll record it. So, but yeah.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna go before my phone dies. So we'll see you guys.
Yeah, later, Matt.
Matt.
All right. Stevie, you're next in the betting lineup. What's your bet for the week?
All right, boys. I need a win. I've been bleeding the last couple matches. I agree with everything that's been said so far. Schwartzman has been easy money to fade recently. Even going into last season, even. So part of me wants to continue that fade Schwartzman tour and just hope he keeps shit in the bed. But Ruud hasn't looked great either, like you said, to start the year. So this bet hasn't worked for me all year, but I'm rolling with it again. I'm going over 2.5 sets. I think I'll be surprised if either of them win in straight sets, especially if it's Schwartzman. But I'm hoping for a 3-setter here.
All right.
And we're gonna do 30 on that because I need a goddamn win.
All right.
a big win too.
There we go. We got $30 to win $46.50 over 2.5 sets at plus 155 for Stevie No Wonder. David Big D3 Youngs, welcome back. I love the goggles. What's your bet for the week?
Gentlemen, it's good to be here. Big Bet Barter and myself are out on the slopes of Vail. We don't mess with Aspen, Big Sky, anywhere like that because we are the 1%. We can afford Vail. I shouldn't say that. We can afford being friends with our good pal Elias Simonson, whose family owns a condo there. So we stayed safe. We stayed safe out there. Made good decisions. It was awesome. First of all, Diego Schwartzman, when I hear that name, I think of Federico Fiorda, Gustavus Adolphus tennis player from the great land of Argentina. My goodness. Fetty loves Diego, but I don't love Diego here. I really don't. I'm not Norwegian at all, but Casper Ruud is the clear favorite here. I just don't think that Schwartzman's game matches up well with Ruud. I think Ruud is the better player overall. Let's take the under on games and put $30 on it. Ruud is gonna I can't say smoke some grass and kick some ass. He's gonna take him to the woodshed.
It's a good thing you didn't say that.
I know, dude.
That was close.
I turned myself into the authorities after talking about the Devil's lettuce like that.
So we have the under at 21.5 games at minus 117. We got a $30 bet to win $25.80 for David Big D3 Youngs. Next in the betting lineup, we got Jared, Big Bet Butter, a Big Butt Barter. What's up?
We're
we were just messing around while Sebo and Matt were beefing. So you would think with that time that we spent that I would have secured a bet, but no, I'm still gonna wing it. With that said, I like Casper Ruud. I think Schwartzman, and I'm going to stick with my theme here that every time we're all high on one guy, that we're all typically wrong. So I'm going to stick with that theme a little bit, and I think that Schwartzman kind of makes a match out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the over on games. I am going to bump it down one notch to 20.5 games, the game line there. So 20.5 games, I'm going to take the over. I'm going to put $20 on that. I got to get back on track here. So.
All right, so we have over 20.5 games at minus 141. We got a $20 bet to win $14.20 for Jared there. Big Bet Barter, what's your bet for the week?
All right. Well, I'm like at the surface of the water, just like grasping for air. So, like every week, it's just going to be a big time. Fuck it, I'm all in. So, Ike, what's like the best odds on sets? Like if I take Schwartzman in 2 sets, is that the best payout?
Let me look here.
Gotta be.
Good grief.
Yeah, that's Diego Schwartzman wins. Well, if you pick Diego Schwartzman wins 2-1, it's plus 575.
Yep, that's it. That's my bet. There it is, folks.
All right.
Hey, I'm rooting for you. That makes us both winners.
He's actually a longer shot to win 2-1 than to win 2-0. That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. So a $30 bet to win $172.50, a plus 575 for a Big Bet Barter. Always making big bets.
Nice.
I heard this bet's automatic, guys. Maybe you want to take it.
Ooh.
Just did.
It's a block.
And last but not least, we got Eric P. He's down less bad. He got the win last week. Eric P., what's your bet for the week?
I am down ever so slightly less bad. I think what's going to be most embarrassing for me this season is if I end up with a winning record, but still find myself quite substantially in the red. Hopefully we can avoid that, but I like Casper Ruud as a tennis player and a person, even though I don't know much about him as a person. And I'm going to take his money line and put $20 on it. So Ruud money line, $20.
All right. And it's at minus 295. We got a $20 bet to win 680. Is that what you see there, Eric?
Yes.
All right, you bet. Now we'll conclude the betting for the week. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Very nice. That was good.
Very nice.